Hey everyone, I'm Isaac and welcome back to Isaac Reviews 2024. Has it really been 2 years since Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars? Wow, I feel old already. Although this event initially did a fair amount of damage to Smith's acting career, I knew it'd only be a matter of time before he got back into acting again, and it seems I was right. For one, only 8 months after the slap, he starred in the Apple original film Emancipation. I haven't seen it, but I heard it's really boring and Oscar baity, so I'm probably not missing out on too much. And the other movie is the subject of this review, Bad Boys Ride or Die. Now, the Bad Boys franchise as a whole is probably one of the more iconic franchises Will Smith has been a part of, and I can see why with these movies all having some killer action scenes and an excellent dynamic between Smith and Martin Lawrence. Also, fun fact about the previous entry in this series, Bad Boys for Life, it was actually the highest grossing American movie of 2020, what with it coming out only 2 months before the pandemic started, in addition to being the third highest grossing January release of all time behind Kung Fu Panda 3 and American Sniper. Back on track now, I found the previous 3 films to have a consistently good quality across the board, so I was more or less expecting the same from Ride or Die. And after watching it in a theater that I was not expecting to be as crowded as it was, the quality was definitely present. It takes place sometime after the events of the previous entry, which saw the death of Marcus and Mike's boss, Captain Howard. As it turns out, corrupt officials have infiltrated the Miami PD and are now accusing the late captain of being in cahoots with drug cartels, so the bad boys and their newfound allies have to do whatever it takes to exonerate Captain Howard and stop the actual criminals. Now, there were 2 things I was expecting from this movie, which were great action scenes and great chemistry between the lead actors. Let's start with the former because Adil and Bilal certainly cooked once again. Like, the fact that they're able to direct action this good, yet their Batgirl movie will still never see the light of day is absolutely mind-boggling. But as for the action here, it's easily some of the best in the franchise. It uses all the new locations to their fullest potential, the pacing is solid, the score and soundtrack are pretty good, and the choreography is impeccable, even if the film sometimes relies a bit too much on shaky cam. Not only that, but it's very clear with Ride or Die that the stakes are way higher than before. Although I wouldn't say the new villains were perfect, they were still extremely intimidating and helped to make the tension feel more palatable. And all the while, the characters are just as much fun to be around as ever. Even after almost 30 years, the dynamic between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence is still there, and they provide some of the best jokes of the film. Believe it or not, my theater was actually laughing a fair amount at the humor, and yeah, I can see why. The jokes here are consistently funny, which is helped a lot by the actor's delivery, and it does a great job balancing out the tension present throughout most of the film. So, in conclusion, Bad Boys Ride or Die is another worthy addition to this already good franchise. It's got everything you'd want in a movie like this, including top-notch action, high stakes, and some great comedy. For any fans of the previous Bad Boys movies, you'll almost certainly have a great time with this one. As for newcomers, I don't think you necessarily need to watch the other 3, as this one does a decent job recapping the stuff that happened before, but I'd still recommend giving them a watch for the added context. 8 out of 10, this movie slaps. Next time, I'll be talking about The Watchers. This is actually serving as the directorial debut of M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, Ishana. And is it a good start to her career? Not really. Anyways, thanks for watching this episode of Isaac Reviews 2024. Subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you all later.